Rational numbers and decimals. Rational number, any number that can be expressed as a ratio of two integers. Ratio. Terminating decimal, a decimal number that ends, or you can say stops. Example is 2500. Repeating decimal, a decimal in which one or more digits repeats. Example is 0.333333, but we express it as 0.3 with a bar on top. All right, let's take a look at example 1. Write each rational number as a decimal. Divide 5 by 16. So we are going to use the strategy TIBO. TIBO stands for top, in, bottom, out. So we're going to put 5 inside the house and 16 on the outside. So 16 can go into 50 3 times. 16 times 3 is 48. We're going to subtract. We're going to add a 0, bring it down. 16 can go into 20 1 time. We're going to borrow. Add a 0, bring it down. 16 can go into 42 times. Borrow. Get 8. Add a 0. And 16 can go into 80 5 times. So the decimal equivalent of 5/16 is 3,125 10,000ths. This is an example of a terminating decimal. Example B. Our strategy is still TIBO. 13 is going to go inside the house. 33 is going to go on the outside. 33 can go into 130 3 times. 33 times 3 is 99. We're going to subtract. Add a 0. Going to go in there about 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 2 is 29. We got to borrow. We get 13. Add a 0. We've already seen how many times 33 can go into 130, and we said 3 times. 33 times 3 is 99. We got to borrow. Add a 0. And 33 can go into 310 9 times. At this point, you should notice a pattern. It's going to be 0.3939393939 forever and ever and ever. So the way that we can write that is 39 with a bar on top of it. This is an example of a repeating decimal. All right. Let's take a look at 4/9. We're going to write each rational number as a decimal. So our strategy is going to be top, in, bottom, out. 4 is going to go on the inside. 9 is going to go on the outside. Decimal, decimal, add a 0. 9 can go into 40 4 times. 9 times 4 is 36. I got to borrow. Add a 0. At this point, you should notice a pattern. This is going to be a repeater. So we're going to say 4/9 is equivalent to 4.4 with a bar over it. And this is an example of a repeating decimal. All right, so now we're going to do 1/3. 1's going to go on the inside. 3 is going to go on the outside. Decimal, decimal, 0. We're going to go in there 3 times. Subtract. Add a 0. Bring it down. 3 is going to go into 10 3 times. At this point, you should notice a pattern. So 1/3 is equivalent to 0.3 with a bar over it. This is repeating. All right, 9/20. 9's going to go on the inside. 20 is going to go on the outside. 20 can't go into 9, so decimal, decimal, 0. 20 can go into 90 4 times. 4 times 20 is 80. Subtract, add a 0. 20 can go into 100 5 times. So we have 9/20 is equivalent to 45 hundredths. This is an example of terminating. All right, the last one, we know it's going to be 1 point something, but we need to typo out 1/4. 1 goes on the inside, 4 on the outside. Decimal, decimal, 0. 4 can go into 10 2 times. Subtract. Add a 0. 4 can go into 20 5 times. So we have 1 1/4 is equivalent to 1 25 hundredths. This is an example of terminating. All right. Let's take a look at the last two. We're going to write each decimal as a rational number. Our strategy is going to be 10 hot tamales tonight. This stands for place value after the decimal, to the right of the decimal point. It stands for tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and 10,000ths. So this is in the tenths spot. So we are going to write 2 tenths. And then we simplify 2 tenths in a ladder by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. We have the fraction 1/5. All right, this is the tenths, hundredths. This is the thousandths. So when we do this, according to place value, we have 875 goes on top over 1,000. We simplify. So we can go into here. Let's see, 875 divided by 5 goes in there once. 7 times. 5 times. So 175. It's going to go into 10 2 times. Go again by 5. So 175 divided by 5 goes in there 3 times and 5 times. And we can go into 24 times. Go again by 5. We get 7 and 8. So we have 7 eighths.